they at least trade back there, and that just clears out long, and Boomich pushes middle. So, you know, at that point they realize, but then Rops gets his B pick, and they just go running and gunning in. So, yeah, Mousesports denying information to Navi, and also not denying the long control. Heavy flashbangs going through, and Frozen jumps to the blue bins. Woxic wall-banging Flamey later in the round. There's a gun there for Boomich to grab. Are you sure you want to take on Woxic here in middle? Woxic doesn't have a pistol either, so just sticking with a primary. Maybe there's one dropped in spawn. You're going to want something to fall back on if you miss your scout shot. Navi have two of them still left up, and Mousesports with this early kill are going to group towards long and just commit onto this A site.
Just a tickle in response from Woxic. Simple. Ooh, with his scout, makes quick work of Woxic, but there's the trade from Frozen. Electronic going to tuck himself into Gandalf, and let's see if he lets them pass. Carrigan gets into the site and is going to plug in these numbers now. Electronic still just waiting ever so patiently in this position. Both players now spotted down in CT. This is where Electronic is hoping to pounce. Two tap to deal with Carrigan. There's still players at ramp, and one of those being Frozen is trying to deal with them.
The time, just the one on nuke.
That's a win I feel like we would expect here. Hopefully Mad Lions can build into the tournament, but again, like, you know, there's not a lot of room here in ESL 1 Cologne. There's so much competition. With recent roster changes, some teams will be struggling off the back of that. Oh dear, these dinks.
It's good to see the big boys back, not struggling until this has been...
Yeah, Navi falling short in another rifle round. They're going to rebuy back in. No AWP in this time. Rops is just continuing his stellar performance all day long. 9-2, top of the server right now. Woxic sitting in the molly, hoping Flamey goes in for the repeak, but it's not going to happen, so burns off half his health. Boomich waiting close in the smoke. There's a run boost out for Woxic to try and take this mid control. Wary of an aggressive cat player. Oh, flash into the B site. Rops goes quick, and he's going to get Perfecto off the top of the box. He's fully blind, nothing to do. Simple tries to assist. If he can transfer to 2, that's a big hold. And now Mousesports will be sent elsewhere. They can't come out through mid. That was only a 2-man effort towards B. Luckily, these earlier kills gained by Mousesports have kept them equal. Navi have yet to rotate, though. They are still in CT spawn, regaining ground up on A. Carrigan looking at the ground, Frozen on the flank, and he's hit the perfect timing so far. So let's see if Mouse continue to focus on this B control. Only Carrigan going there this time.
I felt like you said the phrase B so much now. Situation.
I mean, it was...
hear it the same.
Yeah, it might have been a wasp. You know, we don't know. We're making assumptions here. Did we ask it?
Producer Tom said it was a B. I'm trusting him. Could have been a bumble. You've got to save the bees. They're very important for the environment, boys. No environment, no Counter-Strike. Because we'll be dead.
No honey.
Oh, that too. I went straight for the dark side.
Well, you know, like, it's fun to focus on the inevitability of that. So let's let's dive back in to something to take our minds off of it. Carrigan over here at short. Flash is raining in towards long. Going to allow the double peek. Chris J and co as they barrel on out, and now long control taken here from Mousesports. Electronic looking like he wants to go aggressive, and Carrigan has absolutely no idea. The Molotov as well going to serve to cover up some of those footsteps as it blooms, allows the aggression to come in. And look at this, Navi, they've completely left the B site. They have stacked up heavily on Catwalk. Simple's holding the cross, and it felt like a collateral waiting to happen, but they've dodged it.
Everyone's blind behind the smoke, and Mousesports have to stop and slow down, letting Navi throw in more grenades, do more damage through the smoke. Their flashbangs are excellent right now, and Electronic, he had 9 multi-kills back on train. He is showing up again. Great recovery rounds from Navi. And now they're going to hit B fast. Mousesports, oh dear, 2 missed shots. You can't afford that, Flamey. You're going to get overwhelmed now. Pistols out, he's tapping away. The flashes save him for only a moment. 2 kills. That knife for Frozen, killing Simple in the mid doors. What is going on? Double AWP for Mousesports. They picked it up off the body of their foes. Perfecto going through into the B site, but he won't commit. Misses his opportunity. Tap on the site. It's Woxic with the bomb. He's waiting for support, and Boomich is on the long flank, but he is close behind.
Yeah, Boomich could end this whole round here and now. Frozen looking the wrong way, and now Woxic face. But when it's frustrating, Easy on the wall from Mousesports, but is it easy in the server? That's the question. Woxic gets tagged on the cross and actually doubles back in towards this A bomb site.
Yeah, long take goes the way of Navi. Mousesports don't look to contest it too heavily. They will be boosting the scout back up onto the bomb site as Navi do the same on long. Patient as ever. We know what Navi's long control can be like. Robs is not. He is anything but patient. Pushing through the tunnel smoke. Flamey's going to clear it. The late lurk towards the B site is perfect. And with Robs dead, Frozen needs to stay here in anticipation of what could be a rush. It's nothing of the sort. It's Navi holding default. And when you lose that man in a round like this for Mousesports, you're going to feel the need to get aggressive, to try and find a trade. And all that's done is dig them deeper and deeper in the hole. Chris gone on long. Woxic finally gets peaked, and that earlier damage collapsed on by Simple Scout. Nice shot from Carrigan. Always good with the deagle, but is it going to be enough?
No, Frozen does deal with Flamey. However, this 2-on-3 still unlikely for Mouse. They've given themselves a fighting chance. Carrigan lying in wait over here at short. Deagle, maybe the stuff of legends here. It's going to have to be. Smoke goes in, and with that, that might be the round all said and done, right? Carrigan knows it, we know it, they hate to admit it, but it's what's happening. Wrapping in through long, it's going to be Boomich, and actually, Mousesports still over here at short. They've had like a bit of a face-to-face meeting and a disagreement as to how this round was going to pan out. Carrigan wanted to save, Frozen wanted to go for it, and in the end, it's Carrigan trying to make the safe choice. He gets taken down, so it's a left.
We're in the second half. And yeah, well, we need something out of someone at this point because Navi have no signs of slowing down.
Perfecto's hung out to dry here. He could prove to be a liability. No one's nearby to help, and so he needs to kind of win this fight. It's Chris J down in pit. That nade might delete him, and it does. Great one from Perfecto to at least get a 1-for-1 out here towards long. Now Woxic posted up at car with the AWP, trying to drive by in this round. But it's the slowdown from Navi. Signature move. They completely pull the brakes. Trying to dodge that collision at car over towards the A-bomb site. And this now puts the seed of doubt in Mousesports' head, right? It's them sat in a 3-on-4. And they're the ones who maybe start to overthink. They're the ones who can start to shift around and move into some sort of gamble. Navi, they're just going to wait patiently for as long as they can. Likely not even going to see them begin to move till that 30-second mark.
All Frozen holding very close indeed. Flamey is just selling this B-fake, and that's going to keep two players here and one on the mid side as well. Woxic, he's rotating in. Flamey's spotted. He will get taken down. Now the penny should drop here for Mousesports. They realize it's nothing more but a lone Mac 10. It's a long take instead. Double smoke cross. Woxic, he's going to be rolling the dice here with a shot, but instead getting closer. Image going for the wide long plant as well. Luckily enough, no one on catwalk to stop them. That Molotov down will deny any presence of Mousesports. Yeah, this is probably the best call you can make. A save here. Both of their other players committed inside of B, nowhere near that A bomb site. Too far a rotation, and this round is too far gone. Navi 13-6. 7 rounds in a row.
It's not just Chris J who's having a quiet map so far. Frozen as well. Yeah, he had his moment of glory with the knife kill in that first half, but since then, really, we're not seeing necessarily what we'd expect from him. He's not really getting those opening duels either. 1-2 on the way home, gents.
Oh, no.
Well, let's see, right? Because we're already focusing on the journey home. There's still possibly some legs on this game. It's going to require a lot from Mousesports, and we haven't seen anything yet that's going to give us much promise for that. But I've always got a degree of faith, and maybe I'll get proved wrong. Woxic opening up with a kill on a Boomich. That there has at least started Mouse off with a man advantage. That's something that they've not really had yet on this CT side. Is that enough? Chris J spotted down in the pit, this time by Flamey. Simple holding for the CT peek from Carrigan. The timing just couldn't be worse. Simple deletes him. Flamey's making noise at long, and he's kept 3 players at this A bomb site. If Navi split into B, Rops is effectively in a 1v3 at this side of the map. The mid smoke goes down, and now Mouse are having to consider that this B play could be coming in. This is A little bit interesting, though, because Navi, they start to take cat control now. They're still trying to leave their options open. It's not uncommon to see them leave it down to the last possible second. Lurk gets dealt with, and now they commit up cat. Missed shot from Woxic, but he's got support. Plenty of it over towards Long. Navi darting back off catwalk. Now the B play looks to come through. Problem is, they don't have these mid-smokes anymore. Electronic has got one, but this still leaves a little sight line open to a man like Woxic. If he gets in the right place at the right time, who's even wrapping top mid? Uh-oh, he didn't kill Simple. That's always scary. Rops, can he hold down B? If he wins these fights, he wins the round, and only good for one. It leaves Electronic. Woxic there.
Now, Mousesports up against match point here for their opener in Cologne. They've had a great showing, right? Assuming this is over for Mousesports, they should still be happy about the fact they've taken this to 3, but yeah, Navi coming back in with full force. Their boot camp working wonders. Double AWP for Mousesports. Karrigan's had enough of waiting around. Unfortunately, Navi are the ones waiting around for him at the top of middle. Oh dear, bit scary. Karrigan might need to duck and dive out of this one. Navi are peeling away from Long to deal with him.
Yeah, he's going to stick around. This is an interesting decision from Karrigan. He is in a pretty rough spot and swinging out into the arms of Perfecto. And there is his demise. 4 on 5 now for Mouse. And with Navi leading a few players into these tunnels, Chris J, hello, taking up the position of his fallen IGL. Is he going to fare any better? Chris J, what you got for us, man? What you been cooking up? Well, ultimately, mate, nothing. It's actually flaming, cooking with fire. 3 on 5 now. Mousesports double AWP, MP9 for Frozen. Can they keep this game alive?
Oh, Woxic's so blind as well in the corner. Boomis has even gotten out through middle. This is just to cut off a rotate and nothing more. Rops is ready for it, though. Won't fall for that trickery. Woxic wants to get aggressive as this smoke fades. Electronic turns around, but he sees the barrel. It gives it all away. Frozen flashing through the smoke, but he doubles back, and probably rightly so, because there are 2 players on the right side waiting for his cross. Simple being one of them. The spray is good for Frozen, but the Molotov is better. It's going to push him back and keep Mousesports out of this site for seconds longer.
It's the positioning of Flamey, you know, like being down in the pit, able to hold the cross that causes problems. Electronics at short. Every peak that Mousesports try and take, they're going to have at least 2 guns trained in on them. Electronic can just wait as well till he hears these players have